A very good morning, children. Welcome to the psychology classroom. I hope you all are fine and everybody is fine at home. Children, I just hope you all are working very hard. In these videos, I am discussing with you some of the exercise and the important question answer of each and every chapter. In the same manner, so in the yesterday video, I had discussed with you the important question answer of the chapter 1. Today, in this video, I am going to discuss with you the important question answer of the chapter 2, which is a method of psychological inquiry. So children, the first question I had written over here is, what are the goals of scientific inquiry? So let us answer this question, that what are the goals of scientific inquiry. So basically children, there are 5 important goals of scientific inquiry. There are 5 important goals of There are 5 important goals of scientific inquiry. What are the 5 important goals? The first is description. Second is prediction. Third is explanation. Fourth is control. And fifth is application. So basically these are the 5 important goals of psychological inquiry: description, prediction, explanation, control and application. What is when this question was asked to you, that what are the goals of psychological inquiry? So what are the goals here? It is not written over ki explain the goals of scientific inquiry. So there is no need to explain it. When the question will ask what are the goals of psychological inquiry, so you just write down the name. But here is also a condition that you have to see that in which marks it was asked. Basically, when it was asked in the 2 marks, so then you have to write only the names. But when it is asked in the 3 marks question or either in the 4 marks, then you require to explain them. So basically, whenever we do the scientific inquiry, जब भी हम लोग scientific inquiry करते हैं, तो हमें 5 important goals होते हैं हमारे. सबसे पहले हम लोग behavior को describe करते हैं, description of the behavior. Then after describing the behavior, we do the prediction of that particular behavior. हम लोग prediction करते हैं. Prediction करते हैं जैसे, then we explain that particular behavior. Then we control some of the aspects of the behavior which is creating a disturbance, and then we apply it into our day-to-day life. Description. So let us take any of the behavior. Like I am taking a behavior that a child is not taking his or her dinner, and the mother is very worried about that behavior of the child. So in that case, the mother go to the psychologist and any kind of counselor and represent her problem toward him or her, that my child is not taking dinner for so many days. What to do? What is the solution? So the psychologist and the psychiatrist or maybe the counselor take this problem that, so the first goal of this scientific inquiry will be the description of the particular behavior. Basically, जो पर्सन है, जो एक्सपेरिमेंटर है, वो एक तरह से साइंटिफिक इंक्वायरी करेगा कि क्यों बच्चा अपना डिनर नहीं ले रहा। तो उस साइंटिफिक इंक्वायरी करने के लिए वो गोल्स बनाते हैं। तो उन गोल्स में सबसे पहला रोल होगा डिस्क्रिप्शन। तो वो डिस्क्राइब करेगा, डिस्क्रिप्शन इज बेसिकली राइटिंग द पर्टिकुलर बिहेवियर। तो डिस्क्रिप्शन में वो लिखेगा कि द चाइल्ड वॉज नॉट टेकिंग डिनर फॉर सो मेनी डेज। देन प्रिडिक्शन में एक्सपेरिमेंटर जो है वो एक प्रिडिक्शन कर सकता है। तो देयर कैन बी सो मेनी प्रिडिक्शन कैन बी डन बाय दिस particular behavior. So many prediction will be done. So what is happening in this particular behavior? So many prediction will be happen. What will the prediction will be happen? The first can be like the child is not taking dinner. Maybe the child is not liking that particular food. Second, the child is having a very heavily snacks in the evening, and so that the child is not taking the dinner. This can also be the probability. Okay, second condition. So in this way, so many 2 or 3 prediction the experimenter will give. First, he or she will describe the particular behavior, then he or she will predict that behavior. After the prediction, the third goal of psychological inquiry is explanation. Now the experimenter will explain that particular behavior going in the detail. In that the experimenter will take a case study, discuss about the things and explain that हाँ यही reason है, this is the particular reason why the child is not taking dinner. So the experimenter came to the conclusion that the child is having a very heavily snacks in the evening, and because of that the child is not taking the dinner, skipping the dinner. So in that case, the next step will come, which is the control. In the control, what will happen? The experimenter control that particular behavior, which behavior of taking the evening snacks heavily. So experimenter mother से बोलेंगे, they will convey the message to the mother that either you skip the evening snacks or either you give the evening snacks light, so that the child will be able to take the dinner and this behavior can be controlled. Now, after description, after prediction, after explanation and after doing control, the last step came the application. So in the application, the experimenter asked his mother to apply this situation into the child's daily routine and see the results. And in this way particularly, the scientific inquiry were done, and these are some of the important goals of scientific inquiry. If you want to note it down, so you can note it down also. Now, moving to the second question. The second question can be, I hope children you understand this question very well, but still after seeing the video, if you find any of the doubt, you ask in the classroom. Now the second question is, explain the nature of psychological data. Explain the nature of psychological data. This is the second question. Explain the nature of psychological data. Here the question arises psychological data. यानी psychological data है क्या? पहले तो data क्या है? Data is basically the information which you collect about the subject and the participant. So data क्या है? एक data basically information है जो कि participants और subjects के बारे में आप लेते हो. That is data. So now the question is asking to you what is the nature of data. So basically here you have to write down about the types of data. Okay, what are the types of data? ये आप इसमें लिखोगे. What are the types of data? So basically there are four main types of data. The first one is demographic. Second one is physical. Third is physiological. And next is psychological. So whenever the question is asked to you what is the nature of psychological data, you will write down about the types of data. You will discuss about this is the whatever the types of data, it is same the nature of data. So data four types के होते हैं, चार तरीके के होते हैं, and we can also say it an information also. So data is basically an information also. So demographic data, physical data, physiological data and psychological data. Demographic data include those data, basically it include the personal information about the subject. All the personal information about the subject are included under the demographic data. Like for example, person's name, person's age, gender, educational qualification, birth order, number of siblings, date of birth and blood group. These all, whatever the information which is related to the person, all come under the demographic data. Second is the physical data. फिजिकल एंड फिजियोलॉजिकल डेटा में डिफरेंस ये है कि फिजिकल डेटा इज टॉकिंग अबाउट द फिजिकल इन्वायरमेंट ऑफ द सब्जेक्ट एंड द पार्टिसिपेंट. फिजिकल इन्वायरमेंट की बात हो रही है, लाइक क्लाइमेटिक कंडीशन, इन्वायरमेंटल कंडीशन, नेचर ऑफ टेरेन, ये सारी चीज़ें फिजिकल डेटा में आती हैं. हाउसिंग कंडीशन, नंबर ऑफ पीपल लिविंग इन द हाउस, नंबर ऑफ रूम इन द हाउस. ओके, सो फिजिकल फैसिलिटीज अवेलेबल और नॉट. सो ये सारी चीज़ें आती हैं फिजिकल डेटा में. देन है फिजियोलॉजिकल डेटा. हियर द पर्सन फिजियोलॉजिकल मीन्स फिजिकल बॉडी से रिलेटेड जो भी डेटा होती हैं, लाइक पर्सनस हाइट, पर्सन वेट, आई कलर, स्किन कलर, हेयर कलर, ब्लड ग्रुप, galvanic skin response, GSR, all come under the physiological data. The next comes the psychological data. It includes the psychological or basically the psychological characteristics of a person, the attributes of a person like intelligence, personality, what is the level of intelligence of a particular subject, what is the personality, what is his or her interest, aptitude, values, all these come under the psychological data. So basically these are the four types of data: physical data, physiological, demographic and psychological. So whenever this question will be asked in your examination, it will always ask in the 3 marks question and the 4 marks question, that will explain the nature of psychological data. I hope you will attempt this question and you will understand also. Now moving to the third question. I just hope you have noted it down and understand it also. Now moving to the third question. The third question which is written over here is the differentiate between an interview and a questionnaire. Differentiate between, this is the third question. Differentiate between an interview and a questionnaire. इंटरव्यू और क्वेश्चनायर में क्या डिफरेंस है? इंटरव्यू और क्वेश्चनायर में क्या डिफरेंस है? ये क्वेश्चन है। सो बोथ आर, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल सिमिलैरिटी क्या है? बोथ आर द सेम मेथड्स, बोथ आर द मेथड्स फॉर साइकोलॉजिकल इंक्वायरी, फॉर गैदरिंग द डेटा, फॉर गैदरिंग इंफॉर्मेशन। दोनों ही इंफॉर्मेशन गैदर करने की ही मेथड है। इंटरव्यू से भी हमें डेटा मिलता है, क्वेश्चनायर से भी हमें डेटा मिलता है। तो बोथ आर द मेथड विच आर यूज्ड फॉर गैदरिंग द डेटा। So let us answer this question. So whenever such kind of questions were asked, so answer of such question can be done in two ways. Either you write down interview here and questionnaire here, and make a line and differentiate between them, write down the points. This question can be asked in your exam in the 2 marks also, in the 3 marks also, and can be in the 4 marks. So whatever will be the weightage of the marks, you will write down your answer accordingly. If it is asked in 2 marks, so it requires the 2 points. If it is asked in 3 marks, it requires the 3 points. If it is asked in 4 marks, then it requires the 4 points. So accordingly you will write it down. So in this way also you can differentiate. Or another method is, this is one way. Or second way, first you will write down about interview. इंटरव्यू हेडिंग आप देख के उसके बारे में पॉइंट्स लिख सकते हो. देन यू विल राइट डाउन अबाउट द क्वेश्चनर. क्वेश्चनर के बारे में लिख के उसके पॉइंट्स आप लिख सकते हो. तो आप किसी भी वे में कर सकते हैं इस तरीके से. ठीक है. इंटरव्यू अदर यू सेग्रीगेट दिस इन दिस मैनर, और अदर फर्स्ट यू राइट डाउन अबाउट इंटरव्यू, देन यू राइट डाउन अबाउट द क्वेश्चनर. तो पैराग्राफ में भी आप आंसर कर सकते हैं. इंटरव्यू और क्वेश्चनायर में क्या डिफरेंसेस? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, इंटरव्यू कैन बी डन ऑन एन इंडिविजुअल ऑल्सो. ठीक है. इंडिविजुअल पे आप कर सकते हैं, बट क्वेश्चनायर यूजली ग्रुप में ही होता है. क्वेश्चनायर विल हैपन इन द ग्रुप. मीन्स इंटरव्यू ग्रुप में भी हो सकता है, बट इतना पॉसिबिलिटी नहीं होता कि इट हैज़ सम लिमिटेशन. इट हैज़ सम रियली इट हैज़ सम लिमिट्स कि आप बहुत ज़्यादा लोगों का एक साथ इंटरव्यू नहीं ले सकते हो. यू कैन टेक एन इंटरव्यू लाइक मे बी मोर देन 1 people, 2, 3 टुगेदर, बट नॉट सो मेनी. बट क्वेश्चनर कैन बी डन ऑन अ ग्रुप. ठीक है. देन interview can be structured or can be unstructured, but questionnaire is always structured. questionnaire structured ही होते हैं हमेशा. ठीक है. क्योंकि वो पहले से ही उसके क्वेश्चंस बने होते हैं, तो इट इज ऑलवेज स्ट्रक्चर्ड. उसके क्वेश्चनायर एक सेट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस ऑलरेडी बना होता है. और इट कैन बी इंटरव्यू स्ट्रक्चर्ड भी हो सकता है और अनस्ट्रक्चर्ड भी. स्ट्रक्चर्ड और अनस्ट्रक्चर्ड दोनों हो सकता है, बट क्वेश्चनायर सिर्फ स्ट्रक्चर्ड होता है. ठीक है. थर्ड, इंटरव्यू यूजली ओरल होते हैं. ठीक है. और क्वेश्चनायर जो होते हैं वो रिटन होते हैं. वो रिटन फॉर्म में होते हैं. दे आर यूजली इन द ओरल फॉर्म, दे आर यूजली इन द रिटन फॉर्म. ठीक है. देन फ्रॉम इंटरव्यू वी गेट अ बॉडी लैंग्वेज, यानी नॉन वर्बल मीन्स भी हमें पता चलता है. बट क्वेश्चनायर से हमें बॉडी लैंग्वेज के बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं मिलती है। बॉडी लैंग्वेज के बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन हमें इंटरव्यू से मिलता है, बट नो सच इंफॉर्मेशन हियर वी विल फाइंड फ्रॉम द क्वेश्चनर। क्वेश्चनर से हमें पर्सन के बॉडी लैंग्वेज के बारे में उतनी इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं मिलती। तो ये कुछ डिफरेंस है बिटवीन द इंटरव्यू एंड द क्वेश्चनर। If you want to write it down, so you should write it down also, because I am going to discuss with you the next question. Okay, so let us move toward the next question. Question number 4. Now the question number 4 is, explain the characteristics of a standardized test. Question number 4 is, explain the characteristics of a standardized test. Answer. How you will answer this particular question? The question was asking to you, what are the characteristics of a standardized test? एक अच्छे standardized test जो भी होते हैं उनकी क्या characteristics होती है? So there are some important points. So you will write down the heading. The characteristics of a heading is very important before answering any of the question. Characteristics of a standardized test. Characteristics of a standardized टेस्ट, क्योंकि यही आपका आंसर होगा। तो आप लिखोगे सबसे पहला, एक स्टैंडर्डाइज्ड टेस्ट को ऑब्जेक्टिव होना चाहिए, इट शुड बी ऑब्जेक्टिव। सेकेंड है, इट शुड बी रिलायबल। थर्ड है, इट शुड बी वैलिड। फोर्थ है, इट शुड बी बेस्ड ऑन नॉर्म्स। So these are some of the characteristics of a standardized test. Now ये 4 जो characteristics हैं, this question again can be asked in your 3 marks and 4 marks question, and it can be asked in your 2 marks question, but when it is asked in the 2 marks you just have to write down the name, not explain in detail. But here the word is written explain, so it means you have to explain it in detail. Now what is the meaning of the test to be standardized? तो एक अच्छा टेस्ट स्टैंडर्डाइज तब होता है जब वो ऑब्जेक्टिव होता है। ऑब्जेक्टिव का मतलब ये होता है कि for example, a test I said to be objective when a researcher is doing a particular test and came to some conclusion, and the same test is given to another subject and they also came to the same conclusion. So the test is said to be objective. हम कहेंगे टेस्ट जो है ऑब्जेक्टिव है, बट इफ द रिजल्ट वेरिएट तो यानी टेस्ट ऑब्जेक्टिव नहीं है। Reliability refers to the consistency of score obtained by individuals on 2 different occasions. एक स्टैंडर्डाइज्ड टेस्ट और एक अच्छा टेस्ट रिलायबल होता है, यानी उसके स्कोर्स में कंसिस्टेंसी होती है। कंसिस्टेंसी का मतलब होता है कि आज मैंने अगर 10 लोगों पे ये टेस्ट करवाया, फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई कंडक्टेड अ इंटेलिजेंस टेस्ट on the 10 participant today, but after 10 days I again conducted the same test on the same participant and the results will be the same, so the test is said to be reliable. But if the results variate, so that test is not said to be reliable. वो टेस्ट क्या हो रहा, रिलायबल नहीं हो रहा। बट अगर रिजल्ट सेम हो रहा तो वो टेस्ट क्या हो रहा, वो रिलायबल हो रहा। अंडरस्टूड? ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है कि ऑब्जेक्टिविटी मीन्स इफ आई कंडक्टेड अ पर्टिकुलर टेस्ट, सेम इंटेलिजेंस टेस्ट ऑन 5 people and again I conducted the same test on another 5 people, but the results variate. See, आई नो चिल्ड्रन इंडिविजुअल डिफरेंस है तो रिजल्ट तो वेरिएट करेगा, बट वेरिएशन हियर मीन्स इट डजेंट मीन्स कि बहुत ज़्यादा वेरिएट करे। एक एवरेज लेवल ऑफ वेरिएशन होना चाहिए, बहुत ज़्यादा हो रहा है तो वो टेस्ट ऑब्जेक्टिव नहीं है। देन है वैलिड। एक अच्छा टेस्ट वैलिड भी होता है। अ टेस्ट इज सेड टू बी वैलिड व्हेन इट मेजर व्हाट इट पर्पस टू मेजर। जिस पर्पस के लिए उसे बनाया गया है अगर वो वही मेजर कर रहा है तो हम उस टेस्ट को वैलिड कहेंगे। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ अ टेस्ट was there which was made to measure the aptitude of an individual, but it was not measuring the aptitude, it was measuring someone else's psychological characteristics and attributes, like it was measuring the interest, so it is not said to be valid. So basically, for a test to be valid, it should measure what it purpose to measure. जिस भी पर्पस के लिए उसे बनाया गया वो वही अगर मेजर कर रहा है तो हम उस टेस्ट को वैलिड कहेंगे, यानी वो टेस्ट क्या है, वैलिड है। देन एक गुड स्टैंडर्डाइज टेस्ट या गुड साइकोलॉजिकल टेस्ट जो होता है वो नॉर्म्स पे बेस्ड होता है। इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट that it is based on norms. Means norms क्या होता है, norms basically the average performance of the group. Norms also talk about the rules, regulations. So a good psychological test was based on norms, and that is why they are known to be standardized. इसीलिए हम उसे standardized कहते हैं. So children, in this particular video, I had discussed with you the 4 important questions from the chapter 2nd. The first question which I discussed with you, what are the goals of scientific inquiry? So we came to the conclusion that the goals are description, prediction, explanation, control and application. I explain you that particular topic with an example also. The second, I had discussed with you, explain the nature of psychological data, where I discussed with you that it include about the types of data. So there are 4 types of data: demographic, physical, physiological and psychological. I had also explained you what include the demographic and everything. Now, the third question I had discussed with you in this video is differentiate between interview and questionnaire. I told you some of the points which will help you in making the answer of this question. Then finally I had discussed with you explain the characteristics of a standardized test. एक standardized test के क्या characteristics होते हैं which I had written over here also. We get to learn that a good test would be objective, a good test will be reliable, a good test will be valid and a good test will be based on norms. So I hope children these 4 questions and the answer of this question will be well explained to you. So I hope these 4 questions are well explained to you. And whenever these questions will came into your exams, you will be able to attempt it. आप इसको attempt कर लोगे अच्छे से, and no difficulty you will face. Now, I just suggest children, please watch this video as these things are very helpful to you all. Still, if you feel any doubt regarding after seeing this question answers video, you will ask in the classroom. Okay, I will definitely help you. So, after the discussion of the 4-1, the most important part which you all have to do is to do more and more practice. After writing this question and after watching this video, you just do one thing, you will write down these questions and the answers in the copy and then learn it, and then again write down by just by yourself. Try to attempt the questions by yourself so that the concepts will get more clear to you. concepts आपको और भी clear हो जाएं अच्छे से. बेसिकली ये द मोटिव ऑफ दीज थिंग्स दैट कि जो भी क्वेश्चंस यहाँ दिखाए जा रहे हैं वो क्वेश्चंस आपके अच्छे से प्रिपेयर्ड हो जाए। yesterday भी मैंने 4 क्वेश्चंस आपको डिस्कस किए, आज भी मैंने किए। आई होप द 8 क्वेश्चंस विल बी वेल प्रिपेयर्ड टू यू। सिमिलरली आई विल मूव ऑन दिस वन, so I hope you will watch these videos and prepare yourself. Thank you so much for listening to me.